Hi guys, it is Friday, June the 24th, 2022, and I felt really guided to come on here and ask that we consider something as we go into this weekend. Certainly, we are all experiencing a lot of intensity and emotion around changes that are being made to laws that have a lot of meaning to all of us. No matter what our beliefs are or our opinions around these changes or these issues, I ask that we all consider the conversations that we are having. And if we are coming from a place of judgment or blaming someone else for changes that have been made or situations that we are in currently, because when we find ourselves focusing on blaming another, whether it be an individual or a community or an organization or a group of people based on a belief, we are then only digging more out of the chasm that is growing in this country, the division that has been really nurtured by, well, let's look at who that is. That's kind of the point of this. This division, who is it benefiting? It's certainly not benefiting us. So who's it benefiting? It's benefiting, from my perspective, seems to be benefiting the people that are currently in power. And the more we feed into that by putting blame elsewhere on another person, on someone who has maybe conflicting or disparate beliefs from ours or opinions from ours, by placing judgment upon that person and their beliefs or their opinions, the labels they use, the names they use, we are giving our power away, the power we have available to us as individuals to come together, to work together. We're giving that power away. And that's the reason for nurturing this divide from the people who are in power currently, right? Doesn't that make sense? That they recognize the more disempowered we are, the more empowered they are. Every time we feed into that, we hand more of our power over to them. These same people that we're pissed off at for these laws that they're creating, these things that they're doing or not doing, depending upon whatever the case may be. So how can we take a step back? Step out of that space that's really quite manipulative from what we're receiving and also what we're giving out if we're blaming other people. If we're looking at someone who we see as different from ourselves in whatever capacity or shape that takes, and we're placing blame on them, we're just then facilitating more division, more separateness. And when we do that, we give away our power. The power that we have to then work together to create the change that we would like to see. And certainly, we all have our own opinions upon that outcome that we would like to see. But we're certainly never going to get there or anywhere close to it if we can't find a way to work together. So I ask that we, one, pause in our conversations and really look at where we're placing judgment or blame upon another person or an organization or party, whatever form that takes, another human being, and instead look to create connection and acceptance for each other. It does start with ourselves. So there's a deeper issue here too that I feel, really need to investigate. But for now, let's try to find some acceptance for other people because they are human beings just like we are. It doesn't matter what our beliefs are. We're always going to disagree. We're always going to disagree on something. But that's okay. The differences between us are what make us interesting. But when it comes down to it, we're all humans. We all have value in our humanness. And so where can we find acceptance for the other person? With the understanding that this is how we create those fibers upon which the bridges of communication, problem solving, solution finding are built. Because solutions rarely, if ever, come from conflict and division. They come from compromise, working together, opening our minds to new ideas. So let's focus on acceptance and connection over blame and judgment, and see if we can't regain some of that power. It's ours to hold on to or to give away. We make that choice in each moment. So what are we going to choose? Are we going to choose to keep digging out this chasm? Are we going to choose to put some dirt back in and create some connection? Make a different choice and see if it doesn't lead us to a different outcome. So I invite you guys to reflect on this, take it into consideration, please. And my hope for all of you is that you will, in the midst of all this chaos and intensity and passion, will take a moment to reconnect to yourself, to your inner joy, the peace that's available to you there, and use that as your inner foundation to then connect with others in your community, your family, your friends, your neighbors. Those fibers ripple out and they have an impact. They absolutely do make a difference. Take back your power. Much love to you all.